Because we're going to have Erica today talk about just her journey since she's been here. And I'm going to share, for everybody that doesn't know yet, Erica just got promoted to market director. So I'm going to show you guys the career track and show you what that is, like how you hit market director really quick. So here is the career track. And Erica started here about a year and a few months ago. And she was at Sales Professional 1, just like you guys started at, just like I started at 9 years ago. So she was at Sales Professional 1 a year and 3 months ago. September of 2021 is whenever she officially started here. 30-1 contract. She hit quick start, got up to her 35%, raise, like most people do. And then boom, got to 40%, 45. And guys, she was at a 45 and she hit market director before she even protected 300 families. So she got 2 raises in one when she hit market director. She went up from 45 and 2 up to 54 and 4 because she hit the qualifications to hit a market director. And there's nobody that says you got to be at a 50 and 3 before you hit market. No, like if you go and hit the qualifications to hit market or even regional before you're even right here, you can jump 2 or 3 spots at one time. Okay, so Erica, to hit market director, your team just has to do $125,000 worth of premium 2 consecutive quarters. You have to have 50 submitting agents 2 consecutive quarters, and you have to have 2 personal recruits, direct recruits that are sourced by you, not the agency owner. So Erica, the last 2 quarters, these are her numbers. So in Q3 of 2022, this was the first time she hit market director, the first quarter. Her team wrote 184,000. So she crushed that 125 mark. She had 58 submits. So she got her 50 submits, and she had 3 personal recruits. And these are all people that she met out there in the field, people that she knew. These were not people sourced to her for myself or Brad. These are people that she sourced. Now, did she have to run those interviews for those people? No. Me and Brad ran those interviews, but she's the one that sourced and introduced them to me and Brad. And then last quarter, she crushed what she did in Q3. Her team did 220,000 of premium, almost 100,000 more than they needed to. She almost hit regional director. Not even kidding. She had 77 submits. So that's halfway between market and regional. So she's already halfway to hitting regional director numbers, and she got 3 direct recruits. And that's usually the hardest part, is getting the submits and the recruits. So she got the 3 recruits. She has 77 submits. So she just gets another 23 submits this quarter than she did last quarter, and gets just a tiny bit more premium. She could hit regional director this quarter in Q1, which is awesome. Somebody that could do that in a year and a half of the business. So everybody has the same opportunity that Erica has. So knowing the career track, just getting very competitive about it, and growing your business up the career track. It's fun. It's fun, and it gives you things in your life that the biggest reasons why you guys came here for. Freedom, flexibility, income. Making more of an impact. So guys, I'm going to shift it over to Erica. I'm going to ask Erica 5 big questions today, kind of like an interview setting. And we're going to hear her story and what's helped her be successful here. We're also going to get some technical content on a part of the cycle of the sale that she's crushing it lately. And she's going to role play a part of the cycle of the sale for you guys as a cherry on top. But Erica, so she's been here, she's engaged to Chris Cannon, who also works here now as well. Awesome job, Erica, for bringing your fiance over here. She lives down in small town south of Columbia, Pelion, South Carolina. And I think I said that right.
It's Pelion.
Pelion, South Carolina. And so the first big question, Erica, for you is, I want you to tell everybody just a little bit about your background, like what you're actually doing before this, like what was your lifestyle and just life before you even got introduced to Family Heritage?
My lifestyle was work. That's all I could do, because we couldn't afford to do anything else, because I was a dispatcher for Lexington County Dispatch, and Chris was a diesel mechanic. We lived paycheck to paycheck because we didn't make a whole lot. I've done nothing but public safety in my whole life. So I was a firefighter from 17 to 23. I got pregnant. I did that home mom thing for a couple of years. Then I did EMS from 26 to 36, and dispatch from 36 up until I started working Globe Life. So I've been helping people literally all my life. again,
Wow.
paycheck to paycheck, dispatching 160 hours to 120 to 160 hours every 2 weeks.
Jeez. Talk about a super workhorse. She was the ultimate first responder, firefighter, paramedic, and dispatch. She did, you know, everything before she came here. So, and working that many hours in a weekly basis, every 2 weeks, you said, right? So that's a lot of hours. And still living paycheck to paycheck. And guys, you just got to understand that that's how most corporate America is. Most people have to work 40 to 60 hours and they still live paycheck to paycheck, which is sad, right? So, real quick, why did you come to here in the first place? Like, why did you choose family heritage? Obviously, you've never been in sales before. You're probably a little bit nervous, right? But why did you come here in the first place?
After talking to you and you told me I still get to help families, then I got the freedom to actually be with my family. That was a selling point. I missed birthdays, I missed home runs, I missed Christmases, and I would get to do that. I would get to see my family. I would get to see my son grow up, and I would get to give him a life that I only dreamed of. Who doesn't want that? And I get to own my own business, and again, I still get to help families in the hardest time of their life. I get to be there for them. And, like I said, who wouldn't want that?
Yep. And it's important to remember that, Erica, because I promise you, her career hasn't always been roses. It hasn't been like this. It's been hard too, right?
Oh, God.
The emotional roller coaster, even for somebody who just had market director. She still has great days. She still has bad days. She has great goal periods, bad goal periods, but really remembering her why, what she just said is important. So whenever she's having a bad day, a bad goal period, she remembers why she came here, and that pushes through hard times. It's like obstacles. It's just a speed bump. It's not going to be a pitfall. Everybody here has pitfalls that come up, but it's how you view those and how you react to those, and remembering your purpose and just overcoming those challenges. And Erica, you've overcame every challenge that's been sitting your way, and that's why you're going to continue to be successful here. Just can you elaborate just on like what this career has done for you so far? So you've only been here for like a little over a year, but what has this career done for you? Like maybe give us some stories on things that it's allowed you to be able to do in the last year or so.
So I've never been able to travel. Again, Chris and I have been together for almost 5 years. We never took a family vacation. Shoot, we've never taken a vacation period because we weren't able to. Last May, I surprised him with a trip to Mexico. We went to Savannah, woke up on a Saturday and said, come on, let's go. He said, where are we going to go? I don't know. And closed our eyes and picked a dot, and it just happened to be Savannah. We bought him a truck. Our well just went out, and we were able to get it fixed. Guys, that's not cheap. For anybody who doesn't know, that was $2,400. And if it was, I'm going to cry, if it wasn't for family heritage, I would have been borrowing money from parents and friends, because working dispatch, we would not have been able to do that. And yesterday granted, $2,400 is still a lot of money, but it was like, okay, come out here and fix it. We were able to give the kids Christmas like, no other Christmas. And we were able to send my parents to Biltmore Estates for Christmas. They were able to stay there this year, 2 nights. And again, never in a million years would we ever thought that we were going to be able to do that. This is what it can do for your family. On those bad days, like Kyle said, on those bad days when you're sitting in the parking lot and you don't want to get out of the car, think about what it can do. On the bad days when you've had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you haven't sold anything, Friday, that business that you go into next, that can be your family. That not only does it change your life, but it can change their life as well. Because 10 years down the road, when they call you and they say, my kid's got cancer, just remember that policy that you sold them 10 years prior, that's going to save their house. that's going to save their life. You know, when you're having a bad day, think about everything that you've worked yourself up to and know that it's going to save somebody's life and your own.
Wow. That was powerful. Holy smokes. That got me, the goosebumps. Hopefully you guys as well. Thank you, Erica, for, being vulnerable this morning and, sharing with us, bringing some tears already this morning. Yeah. So, and guys, that's 100%. Everybody has the same opportunity, like Erica sells the exact same products you sell, right? So everybody has the same competitive advantage as each other. Everybody sells the same product. We all have the same app on our iPad. Everything's the exact same for each person, but it's what you do with the situation that you currently have right now. And I will share this, guys. I was looking at Erica's canvassing chart. She averaged before she came working here, she was working about 60 to 80 hours a week as dispatch, paramedic, firefighter, which she was talking about. Well, the good news here, she made more money. She didn't have to work 60 to 80 hours a week. She averaged a little over 40 hours a week in her first year in the business here. So 40 hours a week, is that something that you can definitely do? 100%. Everybody on this call is physically able to work 40 hours a week. And that's all you have to do. Keep it simple. Don't think, just go. And one thing that Erica has done very well as well is she plans her weeks. Every week that she's been here, she's filled out her weekly game plan. I don't think there's been one week where you probably haven't done that. So she's filled out her weekly game plan every week. Some weeks it may be a little bit more detailed than others, with the amount of information in there, but she plans her weeks out. She knows exactly where she's starting every Monday, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She knows exactly what business is. And that's one reason the people that fill those weekly game plans that actually utilize those game plans during the week always have more success. And so let's talk about your future, Erica. You just said market director. I know that's exciting times. So now she's on the vision team call, which is the number one call in all of Family Heritage. You have to be a market director or higher to be eligible to even get on the vision team call. And there's some extra perks that go with being on the vision team. You get to go on some extra days of trips that you can't go unless you're on the vision team. So when we're in Puerto Rico, the vision team members got to go a few days early than everybody else. And then there's some extra cool and swag about being, but obviously the calls every day at 9 a.m. So you want to hit market director because you'll be hearing from guest speakers, that like the top of the entire company on a weekly basis. And it's a powerful call to be on. It's every Friday at 9 a.m. But what are you excited about for the future, Erica? Like, where do you see yourself headed for this career for you and your agency? Where do you want to be at? Maybe talk about maybe some of your goals that you have, for the long term, maybe the short term, and what are you excited about?
For me, by the end of the year, I want to be regional director. For my team, my short-term goal for my team is I want everybody on my team to have an I Dare You jacket. I want everybody on my team to, when we all go to Arlington, to be up on that stage with me, to get our I Dare You jackets together. I think that would be absolutely amazing to have everybody up there, and everybody on my team is capable of doing it. We all just have to put our mind to it and go out there and kick butt. I want to sell $1 million this year, for our team, as a team. There's a lot. I want to learn from, I'm so excited for the vision team because, I get to learn from the best of the best and I get to pass it down to, my team, and anybody that's willing to listen. I'm so excited. I don't know,
Yep. That's really good. Yeah, your team could definitely, if you just go on the same trajectory, your team did 220,000 last quarter. You just do that for 4 quarters, and you'll be right at 800 to 900,000, and you're definitely going to crush $1 million this year for sure. One thing that Erica has also done is she's led from the front. She's protected lots of families. She's written several Eagles since she's been here. So you can't grow a team the way Erica has if you don't produce at an above average level. Erica was ranked in the top 100 in sales professionals her first year in the business, and all of Family Heritage, never been in sales. She was in the top 100. I can't remember the exact ranking, but she was in the top 100 somewhere. So congratulations on your first full year being in the top 100. So if you want to grow a team, I have never seen anybody in my 9 years here, anybody that hits market or regional that is not in the top 140. right? It's non-negotiable. If you honestly, most of the markets and regionals, a lot of them are even in the top 75, top 50 in sales, and they still have a big team. They're still giving away policies. They're training, and Erica's kind of doing that as well. So you have to be able to sell at a high level. So Erica, we're going to hear from you. A cycle of the sale. What part of the cycle of the sale do you want to role play for us today? And you could talk a little bit about it and just do a quick role play for us.
I know that you just touched base on it, but the transition to close. And before I go into the transition to close, I want to say that we hear it all the time. The transition to close is one of the most important parts of the cycle of the sale. If you're not doing it, if you're not doing the buying atmosphere, the sale is pretty much by luck. All six is important. All six, parts of the sales talk is important. And if you're doing the buying atmosphere, if you're doing the building the need correct, right? If you're truly building the need for these people, by building the need, at that point in time, they've already figured out what these people are selling, I have to have, right? If you have catered it to your prospect, they already figured out, I need it. I don't care what it is, I have to have it, because if I don't have it, if I get cancer, if I have an accident, if I have a heart attack or stroke, I'm screwed, right? So please show me what it is. I don't care how much it costs. I'm in, So you go through your buying atmosphere, and they're like, yeah, keep going, just show me the price, sign me up, I'm in. And then you get to the transition to close, right? And the transition to close is just, that you seal the deal at this point, because they have now, I have to have it. They're telling themselves, this is why I have to have it. And if I don't have it, man, what am I doing with my life? Right? So Kyle, would you role play with me?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
All right. So Kyle, everybody seems to get it, for their own reason. Chris, he's a diesel mechanic. And he said that the reason why he got it is because he is accident prone and something's always bound to happen. So it just makes sense because he is the breadwinner of the family. And if something happens to him, he truly has to have a backup plan to make sure that money still comes in to be able to pay the bills. He said that his family is not going to go homeless because of his recklessness. Ricky, he's only 19, and he said that, he's young and he's dumb, and, well, it just makes sense because it's so cheap. And if he doesn't use it, he really likes the fact that he has 30 grand coming in before he's, 50 years old, and he can pretty much buy whatever he wants. And Brad, Kent runs in Brad's family. And he said that, it's not a when he's going to, or it's not a if he's going to get it, it's a when he's going to get it. So it's the peace of mind knowing for Brad that if, when it does happen, that the only thing that he has to worry about is, fighting that battle that he's going to have to fight, So Kyle, what do you like most about it? Is it the peace of mind? Is it the money back? Is it the fact knowing that you're just going to have that backup plan for you? Or is it a combination of it all?
Probably a combination of it all.
Awesome. That's what a lot of people say, it just makes sense to have it all there, right? Now, Kyle, why is that so important to you to have all that there for you?
Why? Yeah, I've got, wife and 3 dogs, and, I don't want to be a burden on them if something like this were to happen to me. I don't want to be a burden on my wife, Sarah. And, my sister died of cancer. So.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. And exactly, right? That's exactly why people get this. And guys, when you're talking to people in the transition to close, be a bobblehead. CJ said it earlier in my very first agency. In my very first agency meeting, CJ said it, be a bobblehead, and it works. Like literally the whole time that they're talking, bobble. And right now, Kyle, how would it make you feel knowing that God forbid something did happen to you, you would have this plan as your backup plan. God forbid. And if you didn't use it, you would get all your money back. How would that make you feel?
I'd feel good. I like that part too. The fact that you get all your money back. That's very appealing.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Kyle, before I can even get you signed up, there are a few questions that I have to ask you to get you qualified. Is that cool with you?
Sure.
Awesome. Awesome. And then guys, you go right into your qualifying questions. And usually I have not gotten any kind of, oh, if you do your sales talk right, you are not going to get anybody that says, oh, we're doing it now. Oh man, I gotta wait, right? Because everything has led up to the people. They have already sold themselves, or you have sold them, not really sold them, but again, they are sold at the building the need, because if you've done it right, they have got to have it at building the need, because you have tailored it to these people and their lives at building the need, and everything else is just a solidification throughout the sale that they have got to have it. Again, CPR, cut, pour, remedy. You're selling the sizzle, not the steak, throughout the rest of the sale. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Erica, that is awesome. I'm going to leave it open. Are there any questions from the audience? Any questions or comments or anything that you want to ask Erica about now that we have her?
Not really a question, but what she said about building the need properly is so true. I had a horrible last week of Wednesday to Friday. I just couldn't make a sale. And someone on the call on Thursday said, cut, salt, and provide remedy. And I've been focusing on that. And just this week, I'm already at 3 sales. So just building the need is key, definitely.
Exactly. Again, and you tailor, like I said, you tailor it to that person. So whenever you meet the people, it's really important to get to know them. And that's when you ask the questions, so where are you from, find out about their family, so on and so forth. That way you can truly tailor your sale to that person, because it's not, if you're not talking about that person's life, it's not going to make sense to them to be able to buy that product. Does that make sense?
For sure, yeah. And the personalizing is also big when you're going over the benefits, because if you mention something that doesn't apply to them, like the kids' benefits to people that don't have kids, that immediately turns them off.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, anybody else have a question for Erica? All right.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. Erica, thank you. A lot of times, guys, we forget why we do this and how so blessed we are that God is allowing us to have the health to get out of the car, giving us a car to drive to go work in. So Erica, I just needed that, that you got to remember why we're doing this and how it helps our families the most, but how much it affects the families that we walk into these doors and say hey to. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
There we go. Yep. It is not Mrs. Jones' job to make your day. It is your job to make Mr. and Mrs. Jones's day. You bring up the energy in the room. And Erica, I remember the first time I met you, your first agency day, she had just gone out of Sales Academy the day prior, and she was smiling, full of energy. She was fully engaged. And I could tell just by her energy level that she was going to do well here. And that's what she does. She has high energy. She's very passionate about what she does. So she has that purpose. So she's always been helping families her entire life. And she can continue to help families just like she was as a paramedic, as a firefighter, as a dispatcher. She can do that same type of thing here, just in a different way. But she can create a lifestyle for herself, her fiance, her kids that she never had growing up. And do things in her life in the last year that she probably wouldn't have done. Like she just got back from Puerto Rico and she's going back there in a few weeks, and able to get her pump repaired, paying, straight cash instead of having to borrow money from her friends and family and everything else that you talked about. So thanks, Erica, for being vulnerable today and giving us that person, that purpose, why we do what we do. Everybody's got their own different vision, their own different purpose, but you always got to have that will drive you past any obstacle. Your purpose has to be bigger than all the obstacles that's going to come your way today. So I promise you, you're not supposed to be, human beings aren't supposed to be motivated every single day. You got to train your body, train your mind, train your habits, your skills, your attitude to overcome those things. And yep, you're getting bigger, faster, stronger every day, Erica. And it's great to hear you. And congratulations again on hitting market director. So you guys, who's going to be next? Who's going to be the next MD in the Schneider or Davenport agencies? Who's going to get competitive and say, you know what, I don't, it's not up to anybody else. I have to hit it. You have to get your 2 personal recruits in, not your agency owner. So you have to do those 2 things if you want a market director. Yes, we can help still grow your team and help put some people underneath you. But if you want to hit market director, you got to get those 2 personal recruits in on a quarterly basis, back-to-back quarters. And that's not up to anybody else other than yourself. And Erica took ownership of that. She understood that, hey, if I want to hit market director, I have to have conversations every day in the field and be sharing the opportunity and having your recruiting goggles on 24/7. It doesn't matter if you're at Harris Teeter, if you're at a baseball game, you talk the opportunity. I know when we had a team dinner for our agency day, Erica was talking to like the bartender waitress, you know, at the actual agency day. So she has her recruiting goggles on 24/7. And that's one reason why her team has grown so much. So guys, we're going to wrap up this call. That was a great part today. Erica, yeah, you absolutely crushed it. I will remind you guys, it is a